Our next story is Cars 2, Rally to the Finish. German superstar racer, Max Schnell, had invited Lightning McQueen and some of his other international racer friends to the first ever Black Forest Rally Race Invitational. Lightning was thrilled. He happily accepted the invitation and asked Mater, Luigi, and Guido to go along with him as his race crew. When Team Lightning arrived in Germany, they were greeted by Max at the airport. Willkommen, he said. Gesundheit, Mater replied. Now, he had changed it to his Materhosen on the plane and couldn't wait to show them off. Now, these here are genuine Materhosen, he told Max. I'd give you the name of my tailor if you like. Max smiled at Mater and politely declined his offer. Team Lightning was soon whisked off to a pre-race party. Lightning was happy to see two more of his international race buddies there. Spanish racer Miguel Camino and French rally car Carol. While Mater helped to serve refreshments. Lightning chatted with Raoul. I see you to come all this way, Raoul said, but I will win the race, no? You never know, said Lightning with a laugh. At the end of the evening, Lightning told Mater he wanted to head to the Black Forest to practice on the racetrack. An old gentle car overheard their plans. Black Forest at night, eh? Just take care of the Waldgeister monster. It's the fastest and scariest monster in the forest. A monster, Mater said to Lightning. That sounds bad. Let's see, maybe you shouldn't go into that forest, buddy. The old car chuckled and drive off. Good luck, he called over his shoulder. I'm sure that monster is just an old legend, said Lightning as he and Mater drove out to the forest. I hope you're right, said Mater, relaxing a little. Then he looked at all the surrounding trees. This place sure is pretty, especially top speed, said Lightning as he revved his engine and took off. Woohoo! This is fun! Yelled Mater as he raced down a tree-lined path. I'm happier than a pinto doing the polka. Last one out of the forest. It's a rusty tow hitch. Following the racetrack, the two best buddies drifted down the fire road. Now crossed over streams and cruised across bridges. Until they got lost. Lightning had accidentally gone in one direction while Mater had driven off in another. Lightning? Hello? Yelled Mater. All Mater could hear was the wind howling and the trees creaking. Suddenly, Mater felt something brush against him. Who's there? He gasped as he spun around. A large, shadowy figure loomed over him. The Bald Monster! Nah! Mater screamed as he took off backward. He's gonna get me! Yeah! Meanwhile, Lightning was driving through a different part of the forest. He heard the screaming and headed toward Mater. Mater, I'm coming! He yelled. Reunited, the two friends found the racetrack and followed it out of the forest. The ball tire monster is real, Mater said, shivering. Lightning sighed. Mater, you're just imagining things. That monster is not real. He is real, Mater insisted. And I ain't never going back in that forest again. The next day was race day. Just before the race began, Mater yelled out to the racers. You guys aren't still gonna race in the Black Forest, are you? Why wouldn't we? Asked Raoul. Because there's a monster that lives in there, exclaimed Mater. All the racers grew silent. Almost through, Walt. No, see, said Miguel, wide-eyed. There's nothing to worry about, said Lightning. That monster is just an old legend. Okay, said Mater. Go back into that forest, but don't say I didn't warn you. The green flag dropped. The cars were off. Lightning navigated down one of the fire roads and then careened around a tricky curve. Max, Raul, and Miguel were right on Lightning's bumper as the group broke away from the other racers. All of a sudden, the racers, heard a low grumbling that shook the forest floor. Then Lightning felt something brush his side and heard a creaky sound. What was that? He yelled. The racers stopped in their tracks and looked at each other, panic-stricken. Maybe Mater was right, said Lightning. The Waldgeister monster is real. The racers took off. They sped down the rocky slope and skidded around turns. They saw shadows quickly creeping up behind them. A ravine was just ahead of them. The racers didn't think twice. They raced forward at full speed and leapt over it. That monster will not turn me into scrap metal, they yelled Raul. Ah! They all screamed. Lightning, Max, Raul, and Miguel raced for their lives towards the finish line. The fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. All four racers crossed the finish line at the same moment, breaking the rally race record for the fastest time. Lightning, Max, Raul, and Miguel drove up onto the winner's podium. They had all been awarded first place. Now, what motivated all of you to race your best today? Asked a reporter. Well, we couldn't have done it without the Waldgeister monster, said Lightning. Mater glanced back at the old gentle car and gave him a wink. The end.